What's going on, everybody? My name is Gus and welcome back to the VR Vault. So recently I've been playing the Dragonfront beta and I've been really liking it, and I decided I'd make a video just kind of explaining what it is, going really in depth about each of the mechanics that it uses and what differentiates it from other collectible card games. So I'm going to keep this intro a little bit shorter, seeing as the video is a little bit longer than I normally upload, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, be sure to subscribe to the VR Vault today. I do a lot more stuff like this, so be sure to stay tuned. Alright, let's jump right in. Alright, here we are. Welcome to the Dragonfront beta. So, the first time that you start this up, it's just going to throw you straight into a tutorial. The tutorial is really helpful to get a grasp on how the game works. It's actually unlike any other card game that I've played. I played a lot of Hearthstone back in the day, back before Face Hunter and all that bullshit, but yeah, so I've played a lot of that game, and I've played a couple other card games, and this is actually a really unique one, and I'll show you guys in the gameplay in a little bit, but before I do that, I kind of want to explain to you how the deck building aspects and how the other things kind of work together in this menu, and then you'll see it in action. So as I go here, a marvelous collection indeed. So basically, here is your deck building screen, and with the deck building, you have 4 different factions, and each faction plays a little bit differently. So the tutorial actually lets you play each 4 of them, and at the end of it, it asks you to pick one that you want to be your main, and I'm assuming that you'll be able to like buy booster packs with the different factions, or maybe unlock them through in-game currency. But as of right now, I only have the scales unlocked. The other ones are Eclipse, Thorns, and Strife, and then there's 3 more coming soon. So if I go into this, I have 4 deck slots available. I'm pretty sure they named themselves. I haven't found a way to rename this, so I did not name it Culmination Warden. But yeah, it's basically laid out as you would expect. All the cards that are in my deck are over here, and all the cards that I have that could go in this deck are on this screen right now. And basically, there are faction-specific cards that are highlighted in blue with those eagles on them, and there's common cards that you can use in any deck. So this deck, I don't have too many cards to play around with right now. I've actually used, as you see there, the 0. That means how many cards I have left in my collection. I've pretty much used all of them in this deck. And as you saw earlier with the opening of the chests, yeah, it's a slow process to build up your decks, but it's pretty good. So here we go, deck saved. And yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of different options and a lot of different abilities for these guys, but I think it's probably better shown in a game. I'm just going to show a practice round right now because I want to be able to really like take a look and explain to you guys how this game works and give you an idea of what you'll be getting into if you choose to try it out. So yeah, I'm going to choose, who's a cool one? I'll go Eclipse. So what I could tell about the Eclipse is that it's a lot of they spawn a lot of enemies, so they're very about pushing the board and really having a lot of presence, but the minions that they have aren't very powerful, so it's a lot of just kind of spam on the board that you have to deal with, but it's pretty effective. So I chose the Scales and
Scales versus Eclipse.
Hello. Scales versus Eclipse indeed. So yeah, so I won the coin toss, so I go first, and just like Hearthstone, you get to choose 5 cards in your starting hand. I'm gonna choose this is actually pretty good. It's a pretty good setup right now. We'll go. So basically, you want, as in Hearthstone or any other card game, you want, where am I? I'm way back here. All right, cool. You want a low mana curve at the beginning, and you want to have a bunch of cards that you can play in the beginning and not have to worry. So to summon cards, you use this thing called mana over here. That number will increase by 1 each turn, but you can also increase it by having minions in this lane right here, the very first one, which is your spawn lane. So the spawn lane is the only place that you can spawn units into. Wow, that makes sense, right? So basically, if I select this, the Warden is actually one of the only ones. Should I go with the Dogs of War? No, I'll save them for later. So basically, you have to choose one of these 4 spots to summon your unit. And there they are. Hello, Warden Battalions. And yeah, so now I have no mana, and I might as well end the turn. See what they're going to do. But basically, you get 1 mana each turn, but for every one of these spawn spots that are full, I will get an additional mana each turn. And it's actually interesting, in this game, you can bank your mana crystals, so if you don't spend all the mana that you have in one turn, you can use that mana the next turn. And it's a pretty interesting, and that's actually one of the main differences with this game that I really enjoy, because it's strategy. You don't just want to dump all the mana. Like, using all your mana every turn is not necessarily the best strategy. So he's summoned this guy. What does he do? So he's got basically a death rattle effect, and it grants 1 health to each ally in his row. So basically the rows are like this, the columns are like that, and so if there are enemy units in this row when he dies, they will all get +1 health. So now I have 2 pieces of mana, or 2 crystals or whatever, so I'm actually going to, rather than summoning this guy, who, oh, actually, if this unit did not take action, gain 1 extra mana. That's really good. So right now, I'm not going to be moving my guys around very much anyways, so I'm going to plonk them down right there. These guys are honestly pretty good where they are as well. And +1 damage is not going to be doing very much, so I'd rather have the extra mana crystals early on. So basically the objective of the game, which I probably should have explained earlier, is to bring down this 15 right there, all that armor of his stronghold down to 0. And I have 15, that's my stronghold level right there. And you're basically trying to get that down to 0 before they do. So here's something interesting. This is called a trap card. You activated my trap card. Yeah, so basically this will do something when a unit walks over the top of it. Or it will power, damaged units have their power changed to 1. So this is, they're called forts generally, and usually forts will stay on the battlefield until they are removed, and some of them give passive buffs like, oh, you can gain 1 more mana crystal every turn that this is in play. Some of them have other effects like that, but this one in particular will get destroyed after these guys move over it. So I'm not going to move them because they're gaining me 1 mana crystal each turn. I'm just going to let them ride, whatever. So what else do we got? So right here, yeah, Rallying Tower. So ally units in this lane have +1 health if in ally territory, or 1 power if in enemy territory. So basically, I could actually plonk this thing down there and then move these guys through, and they would survive because they'd have 1 extra health. I'm not going to do that right now, but that is an option. I'm actually going to plonk down a couple more smaller units, I believe, in the back row. There you go. And I'll throw down an attack dog right there too. I'm going to have these guys move up. And basically, you can only move forward. I haven't seen a unit yet. Maybe there are. I don't know. But I don't think that you can move sideways through each column. You basically just have to stick to this lane. So it's an interesting game of like chess. You have to see what's coming and what you have to be able to counter and really just like do something about what they're throwing at you. And it's kind of like a slow moving towards each other. It's very tactical, and it's actually really interesting because there's a lot of different elements that go into it. So right now, this is a pretty good one, and I have 5 mana crystals. So I could potentially send this big boy out, and he could do some serious work on this. So this guy right here is pretty strong. So I think we're probably going to have to take care of him soon. There are also spell cards too. So this is deal 3 damage to a unit. I think actually what I might do is, let's move you guys forward. So these guys have sprint, so that means that they can move twice. And as the attack goes on, nobody really attacks first. The attack is applied to the health, and then whichever one dies, dies. Sometimes they both die, sometimes neither die, but they both are applied at the same time. So I'm going to plop, actually, what was my plan? Oh yeah, I'm going to drop down this guy here. So this guy, unless they somehow remove these guys with a spell, this guy's taking 1 damage. And so with that being said, I can shoot this spell at him and do 3 damage and then take him out, and I have not expended too many of my great units, which is very, very good. I think I'm also going to plop down one of these things right here. Might as well. All right, cool. So the Rallying Tower has given these guys more health. And as a catapult, they have the range, and they could take out that unit right there. Usually it's just in the adjacent square, so that's a pretty interesting ability. I don't think there's much more I want to do. This guy's still just getting me a bunch of mana, so that is very, very good. So as you can see also, there are 2 units over here with mana numbers next to them, and these are called your champions. What's up, man? I love that they look at you. That's so cool. Just little things, man. This game is really, really good. So basically, this guy would cost right now 15 mana crystals to activate. And you can bank your mana in him. I'll do it right now. I'll give you 1 mana crystal. So basically, you can send your mana over to your champion at any time. And 15 mana, you might think, that's a lot of mana. Like, that's a really big investment. This guy must be crazy, right? And you'd be right. He's quite good. He's got 8 health and armor. And armor basically negates the very first piece of damage that anyone will do to this unit. So if those guys attacked him, he would take no damage, which is really good. But basically, as your health goes down, as your I think it's called a stronghold. As your stronghold's health goes down, the cost of your unit will also go down by that amount as well. So it's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if I want to attack those guys. Basically, a decent strategy is to use just crap guys like that as either mana resources or as just cannon fodder to slow down the enemies. So right now, I would attack them and they would die immediately, but I can keep them there and put a stronger unit behind him, which I'm going to do. Hello. Oh wait, will I have enough mana crystals for... Ah, shit. Okay, well actually, that'll allow me to show you guys something else that's interesting. So I'm going to drop this guy down there. Hello. He also has that armor ability too, which is nice. And it basically negates the very first point of damage. So these guys would only do 1 damage to him, so that's pretty good. Gonna first attack with those guys. Take him down to 2 health. Wait, 2 health. What? Did I fuck this up? Plague Mirage. Oh, he loses 1/1 each time an allied unit is destroyed. Okay, so I could have kept those guys alive, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So, as you saw right there, each time a unit dies, they have a number associated with them. Mana fragment. Wait, not. No, yeah. I don't know how many. Oh, maybe that's the mana fragments. I'm honestly not 100% sure how the mana fragments work, but I believe it's that token right there. And that means on death, they will give you back this much mana. So, mana is not as like hard to get as you might think, but in the early games it is quite important to get a mana advantage. So I could use this spell right now, and I'm going to. There you go, big guy. Eat some of that. Hell yeah. I love how it's like a combination of knights and like guns and military stuff. I think that's a really cool faction. Yeah, so I guess I'm pretty much good to go here, and I'm going to end the turn. Something else that I was thinking about showing you guys too in that turn is that you can sacrifice one of your cards each turn. You can just destroy it and get a mana crystal in return. So if you have no use for a card at all, you can just throw it away and get a mana crystal in case you really, really needed it. So there's summon a bunch of units. As you can see, there's a bunch of just crap units here. Not that strong, but there's a lot of them, and they can flood the board easily. And this guy's ability is actually to summon a 1/1 unit in each empty space on that side of the board, so they can definitely overwhelm you quite quickly. So this guy, I'm going to drop you down here. So the survivor ability, survivor ability means that if they get into a battle and they survive it, then something happens. So I will draw a card each time this person survives, which he will against that guy, which is pretty nice. Alright, Mecha, get in there. So as you see, they only did 1 damage to him because he has the armor. The artillery team is going to take down those guys. Thank you very much. And these guys are just kind of waiting. I'm not going to send them forward at all, but I'm actually going to give you this too. The Warden. Yeah, I'll give you that. Dwarven Mecha. There you go. And I'm going to give my champion another piece of mana, and we are going to end the turn. So that's just a little bit about the game. That's kind of how it's played, and there's a lot of cool stuff about it. There's definitely interesting mechanics that I haven't seen before. The fact that the board is like an actual battlefield, and you move through it, and there's different things that can happen on the battle. Oh, wow. That guy just got smoked. What the heck was that? 3 damage, heal your stronghold for each. Wow, alright, that's a pretty powerful spell. 5 mana he spent on that one though, so that's pretty high. So right now I have 6 mana to use. Okay, 3 damage to all units in the lane. This came at a perfect time. So I'm gonna just kill literally all of those guys. So there are lane-wide effects, so that's pretty helpful right there. Definitely not gonna complain. You're gonna co-attack, but yeah, so I mean it's a really cool game. The only thing that I am like not 100% sold on right now is just the just card games in general in virtual reality, because I feel like this game would be really cool even if it was just me clicking, and I don't know if I'm just lazy or whatever, but sometimes I would rather just click, just like use my mouse and click, rather than having to like look around and like get blah blah blah, like kind of like move my head around. And I don't know, I guess you get used to it more. I'm not feeling it so much now, but it's definitely not 100% sold. And again, I like the game a lot. I think the game has a lot to offer, but just as a platform for card games, it's a little bit wonky, but whatever. I mean, again, it's early. And this is also a beta, so they might improve. They might make changes to like the controls and have it so. I think one thing is that when Oculus Touch comes out, I think that this game would be sweet, because if you could just like reach around and grab a card and put them down where you want them and not have to look at everything and use your like eyes as a cursor, I think being able to do that would make this game a lot better. So fingers crossed for that one. I'm actually going to leave these guys in the mana space because I want more mana. I'm going to drop the dogs there so they can defend a little bit. And yeah, I think I can end my turn. I'll bank a little bit of mana in this guy too. I don't want, and the mana caps in that pool, mana caps at 10. So you definitely don't want to go over than that. There we go. Oh, that guy did a lot of damage. So he took down my guy with the armor, but that is okay. I'm actually kind of in a little bit of trouble here. I got 5 mana here. I should put him, that thing will do what? 2 damage, 1 damage. Destroy the 4. Yeah, they can take it. There you go. Oh wait, no, 1, shit. I'm an idiot. I am a colossal idiot. That's fine. Do I want you right now? What am I thinking? Add 2 walls to your hand. Yeah, I think it's time. You know what? It's go time, baby. Burm, 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 burm. There you go. All right. Welcome, friend. Join the battlefield. I'll put you right there. There we go. So basically, his ability, when he spawns, he gives me 2 of these walls, and these walls have to be attacked before the enemies can actually move through them, so that's pretty nice. These guys, yeah, he's stunned. So they stun themselves after every turn that they attack. So basically, I will be able to drop down those walls in case I need to block something from happening. So, for example, those guys would have to attack it 3 whole times. Those racers right there would have to attack these walls 3 times, which could be the difference between me winning and losing. So it's a pretty interesting mechanic, and that's this certain champion's ability is to give me those. I don't know about that yet. I'm not convinced. I'm gonna drop this guy. I am gonna drop a wall here because I want those guys to stay back. I'll have the artillery attack the wall, and I think I'm gonna drop this guy here because that one doesn't seem to be moving. He's using him as a mana pool, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. And so yeah, so we're about even right now, 13 to 13. I think I have a bit better board position, and but we're about even on cards. So I want to take this guy out. He's a little bit of a pain in the ass, and he draws cards each time he survives. So I didn't really notice that. Again, still learning the game, but yeah, there's a lot of different like things. There's a lot of different abilities, so it really keeps it fresh from what I've seen so far, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Gain 1 mana. Yeah, I guess I'll put you here. Get in there, big boy. Yeah, I think I'll block you too. I just want a direct route to this because honestly, this guy's doing 4 damage each turn, and that's fine by me. Alrighty, end the turn. There we go. So that guy's dead. I'm also dead. So yeah, that was actually retarded. That was the dumbest thing I could have done. Oh lord. Alright, so yeah, he's gonna fill up the rest of the board with 1/1s, but actually that only gives him 1 extra unit, so that's not that bad. Add a warden if occupied by an allied unit. I think I'll put you there. There you go. So I will get a card each time, and I require more mana. Oh no, I'm out of mana. All right, how much health does this guy have? 5/5, 4/7. Not happy about it, but I got to do it. Ramp. All right, there you go. So they'll both die next turn, unfortunately, but I have some backup here as well. So they're making a pretty decent charge over there. And as you can see, look, they're just like flooding the board with a bunch of crap. And so that's kind of this play style of them. What do we got here? What do we got? So those guys, after they die, we will both... Oh, wait, I have to kill them first, don't I? See, a bunch of 0 mana, a bunch of just 1/1, just trash, basically. But, you know, it's somewhat effective at slowing people down. I wonder if this will shoot... Okay, so yeah, I can't go through my walls either. So I kind of... made those guys a little useless, but I'll wait for this warden to try to get through, and then I will attack again. The warden sentinel is gonna go right. I think this guy's definitely gonna go there. So he will basically block. I'm gonna put this here. Wow. All right, so I want 3. I think I'm going to need to destroy this card to get a mana crystal, because if I put this here,
you must select a valid target. That target is not valid.
Fuck me. You can't
do that.
You can't do it on a spot that's occupied already, apparently. So, fair enough. I fucked that one up a little bit, but when do I not? Fuck. things up, really. Whatever. That's fine. We're in decent shape right now. These guys will attack me. Oh, was he allowed to do that? What's this? What's that thing do? Death blow. Okay, both players. No, that's not what I wanted. I want this. If occupied, stronghold is dealt 1 damage and gains 2 mana. Oh, okay, so that affects both of us. So that's a little bit interesting. Who do I want? Oh, this guy's pretty good. Yep, we're going. You guys there. You're gonna finish this guy off. Good work. What do I want now? So these lanes are kind of just done, I guess. I guess he's not gonna attack him, and I'm certainly not gonna attack him. So, whatever. Suit yourself. And I'll place this guy there, just so I can get some more mana next turn. So yeah, I also only have 9 cards in my deck left, and once you... he just destroyed that. Damn. That's okay. He's only got 2 cards, and I don't think they're very good, I'm guessing, so I'm just going to keep moving up. Those guys can totally just chill there. I might take a little bit of damage there, but that's okay. Add a copy of a non-champion ally. So I want some more of these guys, definitely. And I believe... Oh, you can play them right away. That's great. Alright, cool. So you're going there. Let's end that turn. I think I'm in pretty good shape. I think I'm probably going to win. But, yeah, I mean, this is a really good game. As someone who played a lot of Hearthstone, there's a lot of depth to it, and I think that if they make the monetization right, if they do that right, and they don't, like, block off complete factions of units and stuff like that, and they really give you a decent amount to play with, I think this game would have some serious legs. But if they go down the route of monetizing everything and trying to just squeeze every last penny out of you, I think that this game will lose a lot of its appeal, because I don't know how much longer I would be willing to play as this specific faction before I got bored and wanted to try something else. And if this is the only faction that I had unlocked, or this is the only faction that was able for me, or that I had the cards to play with, I could see that getting pretty frustrating, and I don't know if I'd want to keep playing with this faction, you know? I want to change it up. So it's interesting to... Oh, shit. All right, so yeah, so that's a giant, and he basically takes up big old 2 spaces, and he will attack both of these units each time he walks. So you can see 5 attack there and 5 attack there. He's like a giant truck. So this is not the best situation for these guys, but they can take him out, so I'm not too worried. Yep, you're dead, and let's have you guys finish him off. Good. So not as bad as expected. We're going to do 4 damage to the wall. He's got very little health left, which is nice indeed. I'll throw down one of those units. And, okay, more mana. I'll delete this. I just want to damage some units. See you later. Death cycles. Gotcha. Alright, cool. So yeah, we definitely got this one in the bag, unless he drops. Unless he drops, I shouldn't have killed those guys. I got cocky, you know? Sometimes you just get cocky and you fuck everything up, you know? Oh, wait a second. Did that do... I am taking damage, aren't I? This is not the best. Alright, yeah, I kind of fucked that up a little bit. Because now I'm going to have to throw both of these guys at that unit to have him survive. Or have him die. But that's okay. I will... I don't know what to do. I guess I'm going to keep him there. We will throw down a different unit. Oh, wait, no. I can do +1 power. Oh, yes. Perfect. Alright, good. So we did win this. Fantastic. You're dead. And now we win. I almost missed lethal, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so, I mean, that's just the computer, too. And I think that the deck building is really going to be an interesting part of this. I'm interested to see, like, the different strategies that people come up with for each of the different factions. Like I said, the first games that I've been playing, so I'm assuming you get, like, a gold reward at each level up, or maybe, like, a card pack or something. But yeah, I definitely hope they don't put the different factions behind, like, paywalls or something, because that could definitely get old. Oh, wait. Oh, alright, so here we go. We gotta look. Owned, so we have to purchase this. Oh my goodness. $8? I don't know. I mean, it depends. Okay. Depends on if this game is free to play with those factions. I mean, I'm guessing you could buy 30% off. It doesn't give me a price right here. Founders Pack, First Strike, War Chest. Yeah, I don't know about that. So it's not giving me a price right now. They probably maybe haven't figured it out, but you can buy booster packs with the gold that you have. All right, and I'm also going to show you guys a quick look at the booster system that this game has. So if you've ever played Hearthstone or any card building game in the past year or two, you're going to recognize this system. You get chest drops, and you unlock a couple of different cards with each one. There's a rare one. Itten Basher. And these ones are all specific for the faction. For the faction that I picked at the very beginning. You have an option between all 4 of the original ones that you play through in the tutorial, and it'll give you cards that are specific to that faction. I think it gives you 3 chests. So it kind of gives you a base to start with, to start building your deck with. So it's pretty nice, but yeah, definitely a system that has been seen before. Let's see what we get in this one. Give me something good. Oh, there's an epic. Let's open that last. And what do we have here? Come on, baby.
Drill wagon.
The drill. Wow, that guy's yelling epic was actually sounded really weird. Epic. Epic. All right, drill wagon. That thing looks freaking sweet. So yeah, so basically same rarity stuff. I'm guessing there's legendaries, rares, epics. Oh, come back. I want more. But yeah, so that's just how the chest opening works. Something that I kind of glossed over as well is that there are different champions that you can use for each of the different decks as well. So you can check this out if you go to champions, unowned. So there are 3 other champions that I've yet to unlock that I could, and they each have different abilities. So this one's
bird of prey.
Okay, I got it. It'll spawn some things, it's got some range, and it flies. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that you can switch up things like that and really just fundamentally change the dynamic of your deck leaves me quite excited for this game, and I really think it has some potential. So there you have it, everything you need to know about the Dragonfront beta. If you're interested in checking out that game, I will leave the link right in the description below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the VR Vault today for all the latest virtual reality gaming content and more. Anyways guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.